This is the office building of M2H Games development studio on Pieter Zijnmaanstraat in the little town of Alkmaar, North Holland, Netherlands. This is the company who developed the Crash Drive 2 and Crash Drive 3 games we currently love and play. And this video is about the rise and fall of M2H Games development studio and the future of Crash Drive 3. Meet the brothers Mike and Matthew Hairgarden. They decided to find the M2H game development studio in 2009. This is why they decided to call the company M2H, where the letter M stands for the first letters of their names, the number 2 stands because they are 2 people, and finally the letter H stands for the first letter of their last name. While both brothers show interest in game development business, it is Mike who is the driving force behind the company and the development process, appearing as the lead developer, while Matthew becomes responsible of the organization part. The company starts active development for different platforms with clear interest in the upcoming mobile market and goes for development of various little projects as seen on their YouTube channel. One of the first projects they focus is the arcade racing game Crash Drive 3D, which will pave the way for the company interest in the arcade racing games. However, Mike have ambitions. M2H purchases shares at Blackmil Games, which aim to create first-person shooter experience and succeed to do so with the game Verdun, an ambitious and beautiful first-person shooter project offering Medal of Honor experience set in the world of World War I battlefields. It aims to recreate the Battle of Verdun, which took place in 1916 in France. The game is a huge success and leads to 2 more sequels, Tannenberg in 2018 and finally Isonzo in 2022. However, this is where M2H decides to sell its shares at Blackmil Games to Focus Entertainment and seems the companies part ways. Meanwhile, M2H continues to focus in arcade racing experience with the development of Highway Rally in 2012, which is a cute rally arcade experience, and finally releases Crash Drive 2 in 2015, which marks the first of their best arcade car experience. The game doesn't have the success of Verdun and Tannenberg, however gains a true and dedicated player community offering an addictive arcade gameplay with various minigames called events and few arenas for arcade tank battles. Technically, the game seemed developed using the Unity engine, offering cartoonish style graphics and nice music. Whoever is in charge of the marketing of M2H seems talented and observes the birth of a game new genre, the party games. Games people play on the same device with multiple controllers while gathered together on a couch. This gives birth to Marooners, the only M2H game of that genre. The game offers funny cartoonish graphics, nice characters and fun gameplay and appears to be liked across the parties of that time. Right before the COVID-19 pandemic, the construction of the company's brand new office on Pieter Zijnmaanstraat is finally complete, and the entire company proudly moves there, expecting a fresh start and more energy for future game endeavors. However, Mike seems in love with that arcade car experience he first created in Crash Drive 3D and refuses to let it go, thus engaging in the development and finally the release of the M2H last game and final success, Crash Drive 3, released in 2021. Compared to Crash Drive 2, Crash Drive 3 is also developed using Unity, but this time offering a lot more improved graphics, music, car models, game physics, quick chat system and fun places to go and visit off-the-map boundaries like basketball fields, bowling alleys and more. Inspired by the exploratory experiences of some of the players, the developers hide some fun objects like aliens and spaceships inside the mountains for the players to go and explore using the game glitches. This makes Crash Drive 3 more fun to play and explore, both in single-player offline mode and multiplayer online mode. The best thing about the Crash Drive games is that they are cross-platform, which means that players on different platforms like Windows, Linux, iPhones, Android phones, tablets, Xbox, Nintendo and PlayStation could all play at the same time on the same map and use the quick chat system to interact with each other. But while one would expect that a game released during the pandemic of COVID-19 would spark a huge success because so many people stay at home and play games or watch YouTube videos, Crash Drive 3 actually marks the beginning of the end of M2H Game Development Studio. Yes, right after the pandemic ends, Mike seemed to enjoy popularity in Netherlands. The company organizes few game development gatherings, participates in development conventions. Mike even spends time in some schools talking to children about the experience of being a game developer, showing them M2H games and letting them play Crash Drive 3. The company also publicly releases few Unity development tools. Meanwhile, the company enjoys a following community on their own Discord server, where players discuss the M2H games, share screenshots and gameplay videos. M2H even organizes few contests and sells official company merchandise. However, in December 2023 is the last peak of M2H. Matthew, the brother of Mike, leaves M2H in 2023, nailing the most important nail in the coffin of M2H. In February 2024, the company releases a statement that it lays off the entire development workforce, thus leaving Mike as probably the only game developer in the company. At present, in December 2024, the company still keeps 33.33% shares ownership of blackmil games and a total of 15 employees, including Mike himself, of which Mike is the only person residing in Netherlands. Half of the other employees are now from India, Morocco and Iran. And the company decline intensifies. In 2022, M2H released the last improvements for Crash Drive 3. In 2023, the company still had an active customer support, but in 2024, all went south. The Crash Drive 3 infrastructure doesn't seem to hold very well, as in December 2024, phone players seem to experience connection lags and disconnects. No more bug fixes are released, no more game improvements are released. Some players are banned from the game for no good reason. Mike Hergarden, which once was often online on the M2H company Discord server, is now nowhere to be reached. He doesn't check his own LinkedIn messages, which, as he's personally told me, is because he's spammed of messages by recruiters trying to reach him, which is understandable, but still not good. Even the official Discord administrators and moderators like The Blob, Ironstorm and Bishop have trouble contacting him. On top of that, the official company website was hacked and it took an entire week to be fixed. I don't know what to say. All I can say is that we are still trusty Crash Drive community. We love the games and we would hate to see them go unplayable in multiplayer mode. I said multiplayer mode as the games Crash Drive 2 and Crash Drive 3, as you can see from my personal test videos on my YouTube channel, could still be playable in offline single-player mode. In the last official statement from Mike to the community, he said that for now the game servers would remain operational, therefore we could still play the games online. And yet, we hope. We hope that somehow some new fixes would be released. We hope that the company would somehow survive. We hope some more content could probably be dropped. And we hope that, who knows, maybe one day we could see Crash Drive 4. We hope. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for the channel. I am StrayF. long-time and trusty Crash Drive 3 player. Goodbye.